Hello everyone, I'm back with another Chinese dating game. It's been a while, let's get into it. For gameplay, let's just get this out of the way. You pick dialogue has timer, sometimes they don't, sometimes they are hidden. And that's it. Okay, maybe I'll talk more about the quality of life gameplay, like how once you get a certain person to their full favorability, you cannot decrease it once you play it again. And honestly, this is a double-edged sword because getting the achievements make it slightly easier, unless you're talking about the bad endings, because for some reason this game has achievement for most if not all of their bad endings. Look, if you include like major or funny bad endings, I'm fine with that, but like almost all the bad endings that each character has, that's like a lot, because some of them have up to 5 different endings and they're quite specific too in the path you have to take. And I learned the hard way that pressing the restart button actually restarts everything, the relationship meter, all the cutscenes that you have watched. So why am I complaining about this? Well, this game's cutscenes are not engaging enough for a third viewing. Well, not even second viewing, especially with how slow paced the cutscenes are. And it's not even because this game is long, it's just the way it conveys the cutscenes makes it a drag during multiple viewing, and starting from the beginning through chapter selection does not reset the relationship. So yeah, the things I do for the internet. And you have to pick items again in certain cutscenes. Why can't people just take a page from Knowledge or No Lady? Once you collected those items, you can move on, so that in multiple playthroughs it's so much convenient. But I have to say, Mandarin characters and their subtitles actually help me memorize Mandarin characters more, and honestly, you're better off reading the Mandarin subtitles because the English subtitles is gibberish, borderline, no it's not borderline, it is Google Translate level. Bad subtitles making you read Mandarin is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The ending is a bit of a mixed bag because for some characters you can get the good ending by answering the right answers, so it kind of makes you question what the favorability is all for. And like I said in the beginning, if the relationship meter is full, you cannot decrease it anymore, so it kind of makes it hard to get the bad ending unless you press that stupid restart button or purposely pick the wrong answers, which is kind of stupid and funny at the same time. Which leads me to the story. Honestly, this game's story is nothing to write home about. It does have its moments, and you can tell some characters are given way more attention than others. As you can tell, there are 6 archetypes in this game: the childhood friend, your boss, the idol, your teacher, the younger sister type, and the widow. I'll just rank these characters based on the way they are written and not their looks, please don't misunderstand me. Number 1, Qian Yuning, your boss. In my opinion, this character is the most interesting one as she has the many aspects to the character and not just one-dimensional trait, and I feel like she gets the most screen time out of all, so I think that gives her more opportunities to flesh out her characters. Second is Huo Liu Yi, the idol. For an idol, she is surprisingly the most human out of all and just wants a normal life with the protagonist, and she is also secretly our childhood friend as well. So they show a little bit of a glimpse of the past, which just adds a tad bit to her character. Third, Xiang Youya, the widow. Honestly, she is the most mysterious character here, and she has a child, but also a mafia? Allegedly? It's never explicitly stated, but she has a private bodyguards and she's the most intimidating one. And since she's a widow, and her grief and child really shows more of a character and compared to other characters who doesn't have any other factors. Fourth, Ziyan Ren, the younger sister type. The only thing that's keeping her from being at the bottom of the list is that she has a twist that I did not expect, although if you pay attention a bit, you can tell it from a mile away for what it is. Luckily, through this twist, it made her character just a bit more interesting than a helpless younger sister type that needs protecting cliche. Fifth, Shen Tang, the teacher. This is where it starts being boring characters. Look, don't get me wrong, she looks good on camera, and I'm just worried about grooming in this case because it is kind of borderline grooming considering that she is his lecturer and you are considered her protege in pottery, so the possibility of romance is very high. And she starts chasing him not long after his graduation. But the biggest red flag is that her younger brother is the most arrogant, sleazy, and borderline abusive towards women in general. So that is kind of a red flag for her family because like how can he end up like that? And the most confusing part is at the ending, her younger brother has the audacity to ask you questions and you have to answer it correctly just to date his sister. And if you answer incorrectly, she actually listens to her brother. He's like the last person that you want to listen for a relationship advice. But I'll not hold that against the game because the brother has the whole world against him. His older sister, his idol, his crush, all has a crush on you. I would honestly just move country and make a new identity at that point. And its 6th place is Xiangwan, your childhood friend. And this is where I say that they absolutely gave her no character whatsoever. She just has a cat, that's it. Until now, until this recording, I cannot tell you more other than she adopted a cat. Yeah, that's it. I legitimately don't know what else to describe her. She is a nice character. It's just that there is zero background. I absolutely have no idea what her life is like outside of the main protagonist. And all of the men in the story are borderline molesters. Cause like they just pull girls away by force in plain view. I mean, I guess it is to give the illusion that you are a nice guy. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Last but not least, the presentation. I have to admit that the sound mixing in this game is kinda bad because everything, and I mean every sound effect, is re-recorded in studio, and you can tell it's not coming from the footage. And the lip syncing is kinda bad as well because you can tell that they are not talking because their throats don't move, only sometimes though, and they sound like in a completely different room and the audio quality is mixed. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good, and turns out it is actually a cultural thing because the person on camera is different from the voice actor because the person on camera just needs to look good while the voice actor is actually the one doing the heavy lifting by acting because they are so mass produced in China that they cannot get good audio recording due to sharing studios with other filmmakers, allegedly, from what I've read. But this is just plain bad, to be honest. And sometimes the transitions between scenes are jarring because you can be continuing a dialogue but you come from a different angle and there's camera movement. What is it for? I have no idea. But I have to give them props for having a lot of extras to make the world alive. And you know what? I feel like this is one of the first few games where they show montages of what happens next in the relationship after the ending, which not a lot of games do. Why haven't they thought of this? And the cutscene quality is great, including the set and the lighting, and honestly, the scenes in these games are well directed and the cinematography looks professional compared to parodies of a certain genre. In conclusion, this game is not bad at all. Some of the scenes surprises and some moments really get emotions out of me. And I may sound harsh, but maybe because I played better ones and considering I'm a reviewer, but at least I'm listing things to improve. It's okay to copy competitors as long as the good part. If you turn off your brain, you will definitely be charmed by all the characters. So yeah, if you want a lighthearted game that treats you better than some real life people do, this is the game for you. Thank you for watching, and as for the next video, I don't know yet.